Hi guys. Well, I'm a little late today. I guess a lot of people were thinking, what happened to Annemarie? I'm still here, but we've been working on the web shop, put all the colors up, so if you're a little curious, you can go and watch and look and see all the colors. We put up a few mediums. We're not going to go, every single medium there is because that would be too much. But if anyone, really needs something and it's not on the website, of course, we'll always be happy to order it. But other than that, we're going to stock up on all the colors of the fluid acrylics. And again, I'd like to stress that it's these that we are going to sell. As it says, 100 milliliters. It has the same sort of transparency thing that Golden has going on. It has the same cap as Golden has. So this is the fluid acrylics. And I know a lot of people have been buying paints all over the place, but it's not the same because it has to be 100 milliliters to be the fluid artist acrylics. So just a few more days and then I'll know when it's going to be here and I can put up inventory in the shop and then we're good to go and you guys can order as much as you like. I want to do the last video of this varnishing. As you can see, this one is totally dry. It is very shiny, and I would normally say this is enough for conserving your painting. It has 2 layers of this one, the polyurethane gloss varnish. As you can see, absolutely no cracks whatsoever, but it's important that you I would just do 1 layer and the next day I'd do the second layer. I'd let it dry for 24 hours just to be on the safe side. On the bottle it says 4 hours. You can do 4 hours in between. But I like to keep it on the safe side, especially now in the summer when it's very humid outside. I just, want to do it a day later. And if you save up your paintings and you have like, I don't know, 10, 12 paintings, then you can just go through 1 layer, put them all away, next day go through the second layer, and with this stuff, you're ready to go because this is as smooth as it gets. Very shiny, very smooth. Just for video purpose sake, I do want to do just 1 more on it, just to see if what it adds to the painting, so you guys don't have to do that. I do have to say that the use it's very economical because we have already done 3. This is the 3rd layer, and you can almost not even see that there's something out of the bottle. So it's very, very economical and not that expensive, and as you can see, so easily put on. As long as you have one of these brushes, like I said before, very thin and 2.5 inches wide, it will do the trick. So there's the side, doing the other side, because this is only a test canvas, but as you can see on top, it is already totally smooth. There's no, let me put a little bit more on because I want some for the sides. There you go. Totally getting the sides done. There it is, nice and smooth. Now, as the last layer, I would just do this and down this way. Make sure you get right over the corners, and when you just let it sit like this, as you can see, it's totally beautifully smooth. There's no brush strokes whatsoever, and it'll still smooth out for at least, well, I think 10 minutes before it starts to get tacky and it dries. So that's number 1. This is, one more time, what I've used is the Polyurethane Gloss Varnish. Now, I do believe that in America you have Minwax. I think it's the same polyurethane. I have read that before. So as you can see, I'll hold it out one more time. See how smooth it is? It is almost like resin. So getting the little ones here, putting that one up there. Have to clean the brush. I only have one brush. Oops. So that's why I have to clean it, because I'm going to use it for the other one too, for the triple thick. And when you clean your brush, what I always do is I get like a towel and I just whack it like that, just to get all the moisture out. Now we'll keep that one for later. So we're going to get the triple thick, put it on here, put the brush in. There it is. And I'll show you one more layer. See, this is much thicker, as you can see. And this is a non-diluted layer. And that's probably what you want to do when you get up to the third layer. You don't want to dilute it too much. Okay. And this is sort of what I really liked about the triple thick, that when you put it on your canvas and you let it sit for a bit, it will totally smooth, even if you press in the brush strokes, as I'm doing right now. Let me get the sides. I need a little bit more on the side. It's so thick that you can just do that. And that's what I normally liked about it. See how smooth the sides are? One more. And now I'm, just speeding it up just a little bit so it doesn't take so long. But normally I really take my time to do this. And you can't really do take too long, of course, because then the everyone who has used this knows that it gets tacky, and if you do too long, then you'll get the brush strokes back. So that's in the middle. It's pretty nice, as you can see, like resin. And I do see here on the sides it should have a little bit more. Let me get it. But as you can see, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it. See the brush strokes? So you want them out. And that's where it gets tricky. And you didn't have that with the other one, this one. You don't have that. So here it's totally smooth, but here I still see a little something there. So I'm hoping it's gonna straighten out. But up here, it's okay. There is, here and there's a little dent in that. I don't know what that causes that, because this is the third layer, so this should be totally, maybe I put my fingers in there. Could be just a little bit of finger grease. But okay, so gonna put that one away like that. Close up the triple thick, and I'm just gonna put my brush in the water, because the last one I'm gonna be using this this brush, and that's this pouring medium, the normal pouring medium. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit crazy. This one, the acrylic varnish. That's the one we put on these little ones. So just putting it on here, getting my brush nice and wet. There we go, putting it all over, and then doing the sides. Zip. Zip. Zip, zip, zip. That's it. Then coming back, doing one way, putting the excess on the other one. Very softly. And as you can see, those little lines you see will go away when they dry. Putting a little more on. Getting the brush nice and wet. Covering the whole canvas. Doing the sides. That one. And that one. And down. Nice and smooth. As you can see, no cracks. And that's it. Now when I'm looking back on my triple thick, I already see the cracks forming again. So I am pretty much done with triple thick. If you have an older batch, I think you're good to go. Because I never had this problem. Never. But I'll show you what I mean. Let's see if I can get the light in there. There you see already the cracks forming. Right here. And a little bit here. Here it's okay. Just a little bit. Maybe if it dries, totally dries, you won't see anything. But I wouldn't want to be selling anything with cracks in it. You know, if I have a canvas that develops cracks, I'll just, you know, really put it in the description of the canvas, and I'll sell it as a oops painting, because I don't really think that's a good thing to sell with the cracks in it. This is drying nicely, as you can see how smooth it is. So we'll just let that dry. And well, that's about it. I think the most important thing about varnishing, first thing is you have to get your canvas really clean. You have to take your silicone off. Now I know a lot of people are really upset with the talc powder. So in Holland I haven't heard a thing about it. And this is 100% pure talc powder, and I'm just not sure what the big deal is about the talc powder. Really, I don't. So I haven't heard anything about it, but someone in America told about someone who put it in their underpants and they developed cancer. But I'm thinking, you know, did they do something scientifically, find out what was in the talc powder or something like that? I don't know. But if you're afraid of talc powder, no problem whatsoever. You get the maizena, and for the Dutch people it's called maizena. For English it's called cornstarch. And what I do is I just put it on the canvas, sprinkle it on, and then rub it in softly, and the silicone will be pulled into the cornstarch. Once you have done that, I brush it off with a soft brush. Then I come back with a moist cloth, not wet, but just moist. But I put that in Dawn dish soap. In Holland, Dawn is called Dreft, but this is the same stuff you guys have, and it's called Dawn, and it is very good in getting the oil off your dishes. And if you make a little, like in a little bucket, you put some lukewarm water, and you put a squirt or two of this in there, and then you put in your cloth. And I would really go for sort of a terry cloth. Let's see if I got one. I don't know if everyone can buy microfiber. See, this was a used to be a microfiber thing, and if you put that in there and you really squeeze out all the water, and then you go over your canvas, then you get two things off: the cornstarch and the maybe what's left of the silicone oil. So you just get that off. Don't really go rubbing, because you might rub off your paint. But if you do it very carefully and you have that off, you should be good to go. I have done it before with alcohol, but I found that if you use alcohol and you use this after it, it will crack too. It pulls it, the alcohol gets into this stuff, it's not good. So just clean it all off and then start with varnishing. And if you're using this, you don't have to dilute, because this is pretty thin and it works perfectly. And as you seen on the one I did, you just put it on, and you can sometimes still see a little rest of silicone, so you'll see something happening. But don't panic, just make a smooth coat and let it dry, and then come back the next day with your second coat. Let it dry totally, come back the third day with your third coat, and you know, I don't think you even need more than 3 coats, because then it's totally flat. Now with the triple thick, I would say until the company has done something to that cracking, I wouldn't be using it anymore. And the funny thing is, not everyone reads all the comments beneath the video, but I do, so I read everything. And I've read, like, say 15 people say it cracks, and there's one person that says it didn't crack, because I love it, I love to use it. But I'm wondering if you still have the old batch, because I never ever had any problems with triple thick before, never. It was my go-to varnish because I love the stuff. It never cracked, it gave a smooth finish. I was just very happy with it. But now when I bought the new batch, this stuff in the squeeze bottles, everything cracks. So unless they do something about it, I'm not going to be using it anymore. So now that is beautiful, and that is the polyurethane. This one is beautiful. That's just a normal acrylic varnish gloss, and you don't have to buy this brand. But you know, every single brand has something that looks like this, and it's up to you what you want to pay, because if you go for Liquitex, pretty expensive, and if you go for Winsor & Newton, that too is pretty expensive. Golden has some, they're all pretty expensive, and but it's all up to you. If you think it's worth it, you just buy it. I think that's a good thing to do. What I do is, like you've seen, I would do 3 layers of this, 3 layers of this one, and I usually did, like, sometimes I did 4 or 5 layers of triple thick, because I built it up. Now I did 3 undiluted layers, but normally I would use the first layer would be very diluted, like almost 50%, then I'd go to 30%, then I'd go to 10%, and then a last layer on top, the undiluted layer. I really, I wish they'd figure it out, because I really did like it. Okay guys, that's about it. and I'm gonna put this one up, and I promise you I'm gonna be doing a pour later on, because I have to pour. Yesterday I didn't do a pour, and I can't go 2 days without one. So I got my beautiful colors all in a row. Look at those colors. Isn't that pretty? They look so nice. So I think I'll pick out something like 7 colors, and then do some really beautiful pour. I really feel like that on a 2020. Not a negative space, because I've done like 3 negative spaces, so that's you know, pushing it. I know a lot of people like the negative space, but I like to do maybe a flip cup, or maybe, nah, I'm gonna do a flip cup. So I might put in some primary elements. Haven't done that for a while, so we could do that. And so all there is for me to say is see you later in the next video. And in the meantime, make some beautiful art. See you guys. Bye-bye.